The story of Krazy Joe was torn from yesterday's headlines, and it's as terrifying as tomorrow's.
Good morning. Welcome back to Krazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Krazy Joe, and we have another physical media review for you today. This one is a TV series. One of my favorite TV series recently came to a close, and the final season is now available on Blu-ray. This was sent to me by our friends at Paramount Pictures for a review. It's the final season of Star Trek Discovery, Season 5 of Star Trek Discovery. If you haven't been watching Star Trek Discovery, what a show this has been. This is the show that brought Star Trek back to television after a long absence. Star Trek Enterprise went off the air in, 2005. And in 2017, we got Star Trek Discovery, and we had that long gap between 2005 and 2017 with no televised Star Trek. Star Trek Discovery Season 1, I always say, was the best inaugural season of any Star Trek series ever, except possibly the original series. Starting with Star Trek The Next Generation, going through DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, it kind of became known that most Star Trek shows take a season or two to find their legs. Season 1 of Next Generation is notoriously awful. Season 1 of DS9 is okay. Season 1 of Voyager is not great. Enterprise took a couple seasons to find its footing. Really, the only Star Trek series that was great on day one was the original series. In fact, the original series was kind of the opposite. When it got to season 3, a lot of people thought it ran out of steam. People love season 1 and 2 of the original and aren't crazy about season 3. Whereas with the Next Generation and like DS9, it's kind of agreed that season 3 is where it really gets good. Discovery kind of reversed that. Season 1 of Discovery was amazing. The best first season of any Star Trek series since the original. Unfortunately, the quality kind of dipped when they got to season 3. They had a change in showrunners. I don't know what happened, but the original showrunners from season 1, there was some kind of behind-the-scenes drama. Sounds like they were let go for all the right reasons. From what I've heard, they were kind of abusive, so yeah, they had to go. But it's a shame because they were really good at their jobs. Like season 1 was phenomenal. Season 2, it's also pretty good, but once we get to season 3, the quality started to slip. The problem with season 3, every season of Star Trek Discovery is it's serialized storytelling. It's, like the TV show 24. Every episode is a chapter in an overarching story. Well, the problem, serialized storytelling is great. I love serialized storytelling. But the problem with serialized storytelling is if one element of the overarching story falls flat, it impacts the whole season. And with season 3, there was this one thing that happened that kind of soured the whole year. And then season 4 also had a couple of problems. So this was a show that really started out strong and dipped in quality when they got to year 3. Happy to say, and Jonathan Frakes, who played Commander Riker on The Next Generation, he was a frequent director on Discovery, directed several episodes of Discovery, and he said before season 5 aired that this was the season where they got it back on track, and he was right. Discovery went out with a bang. Their first 2 seasons were great. Their 5th season was great. Yeah, the quality dipped in the middle a little there, but this was a stellar final season. This final season was a sequel to a classic Next Generation episode called The Chase, about these characters, these aliens. If you ever saw The Chase, Next Generation, I think it was season 5. No, look at this. I'm way wrong. It was season 6. Season 6 of Next Generation, there was this episode, The Chase, where we find out one alien race seeded the universe. That's why all alien races on Star Trek, the humans, the Klingons, the Ferengi, the Romulans, they're all humanoid in shape because they all derived from this one race. And on Discovery Season 5, we revisit that. We go kind of back to the aliens from the chase. We learn more about them. And it works. It's a good season. Unfortunately, the cast and crew didn't know they were making their final season. 5 seasons, 4 or 5 seasons is about typical for a streaming show, because a streaming show, it's all about how many new subscribers can we get. And when you start getting to about year 4 or 5, they start figuring we're not going to generate many new viewers from this show. And you see it all the time. All these streaming shows seem to end around 4 or 5 seasons. Like right now, the final season of Umbrella Academy on Netflix, season 4. It's the final season. And only when you have like a major runaway success like Stranger Things does it seem to go past that. I think what's Stranger Things going into? Season 5, is it? Well, even that's season 5. Yeah, that's about typical for a streaming show. So it's not a surprise that they chose to pull the plug at season 5. But it's a shame, because this is a show that was really kind of hitting its stride in season 5. And in season 3, they changed the setting. The first 2 seasons were a prequel to the original series, but season 2 ends with the crew getting catapulted into the future. So seasons 3, 4, and 5 take us further into the future than any Star Trek series has ever gone, to the 32nd century. And we really barely scratched the surface on the 32nd century. Fortunately, we're getting a direct spin-off of Star Trek Discovery called Starfleet Academy. There have been rumors of a Starfleet Academy TV series since the 90s when Next Generation was popular. We're finally going to get that show, and it is going to be set in the 32nd century, the time frame of Star Trek Discovery, which is good because we really barely scratched the surface of this time frame. But they, like I said, the crew didn't know they were shooting the final season. They were able to go in, make a very satisfying final episode, and this is a good season, man. This is a good season. I'm proud to have it in my collection. Thank you to Paramount for sending me this. There are nearly 2 hours of special features on this. Look at this. We got a slip sleeve here. Can you see that? Can you see the special features? You get A Team Effort, Discovery's Creative Force, Being Michael Burnham, Character Development, Star Trek Discovery, The Voyage of Season 5, audio commentaries on certain episodes, deleted scenes, and a gag reel. So it's loaded with extras. See the discs here. There you go. Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, Disc 4. All right, Star Trek Discovery, the show that brought Star Trek back to television. This was a heck of a show. Sonequa Martin Green, who played Captain Burnham, hell of a nice woman. I met her at Dragon Con a few years ago. One of the nicest celebrities I've ever met. She just couldn't have been nicer. This show will be missed. But I am looking forward to Starfleet Academy. So thank you to Paramount Pictures for sending me this review copy of Star Trek Discovery on Blu-ray. You can pick this up now wherever you get your physical media, and be sure and support physical media, especially there's another Star Trek series, Star Trek Prodigy. And man, if you need to know how important it is to have these things on physical media, all the Star Trek shows, every Star Trek show was on Paramount Plus, and then Paramount Plus decided to get rid of Star Trek Prodigy. And it's now on Netflix. You can now watch Star Trek Prodigy on Netflix. But there was a period of time there where Star Trek Prodigy was not streaming anywhere. And if you had not bought those Blu-rays, you no longer had access to those episodes because they weren't available anywhere else. So if that isn't a wake-up call that if you are a Star Trek fan, you need to own Star Trek on physical media, I don't know what is. All right, everybody. Until next time, keep wearing those pajamas and live long and prosper.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no,
it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.